So today is the day that I get to announce that my save file is completely done. As some of you may know, I have been working on a save file for a long time and it's finally done, and I'm so happy to share it with y'all. So if you didn't know, there's this world called Pleasantville. It's made by Boring Bones, aka Eric. I was watching one of his live streams a while ago, and one of his viewers in chat was like, "Hey CJ, you should furnish one of Eric's new worlds that just came out." And I was like, sure. So Eric sent me a DM and he gave me a link to his world. I did a world overview for it a while ago, and I was kind of like looking over the world. Everything was completely empty for the most part. So I was kind of just like looking at the buildings, just thinking about like where certain things could go. I was looking at the title of the lots and stuff like that, just trying to get some ideas. I even got some ideas from y'all as well. And pretty much every week since then, I've been one by one going to every lot and furnishing it. So I did make some slight changes to some of the lots outside, but for the most part, I really just tackled the inside of these lots. So I wanted to make a video just to announce that it's officially done, and also to kind of just go over some of the changes that I did. So as I did every video, I released the build, but I did go back to some of them after the fact, and I just kind of changed some stuff here and there. So I kind of wanted to do like a overview of like the changes and stuff like that, just so you'll know. So why don't we just go ahead and get into it, y'all? So I guess we could start off at the place where it all started, and this is at the starter home. So I try to like make sure that when I do these furnishing videos, I try to at least include a starter home or two, because starter homes are just so good for just everyday gameplay, especially like if you are doing like a challenge, or if you don't want to cheat money, you need a place for your sim to stay. So I tried to at least make sure this world had at least one starter home so your sims could move into. So it's basically this house over here. The biggest thing that I changed with this lot is the fact that when I was doing the save file, I was trying to make sure that I didn't use a lot of store content, because I know not everyone has all the stuff from the store. I don't even have everything. And I feel like if I maybe just use stuff from expansion packs and stuff packs, maybe the save file would be a little bit more accessible for y'all. I don't think Eric used any story content either. So, I was like, maybe this will just be more accessible to like more people, The biggest thing that I really changed in Elliot's house was the fact that he had a rug in his living room. It was this one right here. This one is a rug from the store. So all I really did was just swap out the original rug with one of the ones from the base game, and I just recolored it so it could kind of match in with the surrounding. And I also was able to give him a little pot and pan rack above the stove. And also I noticed that in this world, you may have seen it if you looked at my world overview, but for some reason a lot of the street lights in this world kept duplicating, and it would be a whole lot of them on top of each other. So I went through and I deleted all of the duplicates, and since I did that, I was able to get a little bit of money back. So that's how I was able to like afford the pots and pans and stuff like that. So if you have one sim that lives here, you'll have 899 simoleons when you move in. The house itself is just a one bedroom, so you could probably squeeze a double bed in here if you wanted to. You do have a nursery if you need it. There's also a bathroom. You also have a home office area over here if you need it for something. But in all, I think it's a pretty solid starter home. That's pretty much all the changes with this one. Now if we go right next door, this is the Floral shop. That's also a consignment store, and it's a supernatural elixir store. I did make some slight changes to this lot as well. So I noticed that after I made the video that your sims could not go upstairs for some reason, and come to find out it was basically my fault. So I had two sunflower plants down here by the stair. I realized that the one that was over here on the right side, it was blocking your sims from being able to go upstairs, so I basically just deleted it. I also went back and I moved a couple of these plants off the wall, because I noticed that sims would come to this lot and they would try to look at the plants and they wouldn't be able to for some reason, so I kind of just like moved them off of the wall a little bit. I also changed one thing upstairs. So if you look at the video I did, I put a sign up here above the elixir door. I was really just trying to let you know where the elixir part was, but for some reason, since the sign I guess was so big, it made it so that sims would walk all the way around this way and then go into the elixir shop. And I didn't really want that. I wanted them to kind of just go here directly. So I got rid of the sign that was here. So now your sims will have an easier time coming inside of the elixir shop. And again, this is functional, by the way, too. There is an NPC that will come here. There will also be an NPC that comes down below. So it is like a floral shop, but it's basically a consignment store. So you have your consignment register, and then you also have your elixir register if you choose to do like supernatural type stuff. But that's pretty much everything for this slide. But I was trying to like make sure that your sims had at least a lot of places to work, because like that's also like a really important part of playing the sims, having your sims get jobs to make money and stuff like that. And so I kind of had to be creative about how I used a lot of the space in this world. So if we go over here for a second, this is like the little shopping district in the world. I did this video kind of recently. In this video, I was trying to like squeeze multiple businesses on one lot. So we have like a diner over here. We have a bookstore and a spa. There's also an arcade. So there's technically like 4 businesses basically on one lot. But there's 3 rabbit hole rugs basically. So I was just trying to make sure you had a lot of stuff to do here. Now, originally, I had the diner rabbit hole rug down here instead of the bistro. Now, I don't really know what the difference in game between a diner and a bistro, like, they pretty much do the same thing. You could just eat there or get a job there. It's pretty much the same as far as I know. Maybe there's like some slight differences. But instead of this part being a diner, I just swapped out the rabbit hole rug for bistro because I thought it made more sense. But you could always choose to treat this lot like a rabbit hole if you wanted to. So you can eat here or get drinks or eat outside if you want to. You can also join the culinary career. Also, if you wanted to, you could have your sim come inside and then there'll be like a waiter or waitress NPC that will serve your sims food. So you have some options for the slot. Also, back this way, I remember someone in the comment section told me that like they don't think that the Sims could use the rabbit hole rug in the original build because the way that the rug was situated. I did test it out and they were right. So I went back and I kind of just made this little office space a little bit better. So this is supposed to be like the spa section of the lot. So this rabbit hole right here is basically all the things that you would need for a spa, you know? So you can get a job here if you want to, get a massage, a facial, body treatments and stuff like that. It also has like some stuff for the salon, which is kind of cool too. And then like over here, we have like our tanning booths just in case you might need one. So there's 2 of them in here. And I think that's like all the big changes I did for this lot. I just fixed the rug and I also swapped out the rabbit hole rug. So before I started recording this video, I looked up a list of all the rabbit holes in the game just to kind of make sure that I had like a lot of things for you to do. And I realized that one of the most crucial rabbit holes I just did not have for some reason. And that is a graveyard. So might happen this world has an empty lot that's right across the street from the city hall. So I was like, maybe I could try to build a little graveyard down here. So I literally just did this, y'all. So it's not the best graveyard I ever built or anything like that, but it has the essentials, you know. We have some park benches. I also added some decorative graves out here too. You can always swap these out or delete them if you want to add your own graves. You have, of course, your mausoleum. And if you didn't know, you can also store graves in a mausoleum if you want to. There should be like an option, I guess, if you have like a sim in your inventory that says manage the dead, and you can always just like add sims to your mausoleum if you want to. I also put a couple of park benches out here too, just in case you want to sit down. There's not too much going on out here. This weatherstone was already here when I loaded up the world, so I kept the weatherstone just in case you needed it for supernatural gameplay. So I just kind of like hid it off to the side. You can't really see it really that well if you're looking at the lot from a certain angle, but it is over here in the corner just in case you need it for something, you know. I also realized that we did not have a school in this world, so I made sure to add the school rabbit hole rug. Now, I didn't really know where this was going to go originally, so I was like, maybe I could just put the school rabbit hole rug where the library is. I also furnished this lot somewhat recently, but when we opened it up, this is just a library, so you can always come here to, you know, read or use the computer. There's chess tables in here. There's like toys and stuff like that for the kids. And then even when we go down below, as you can see, there's a lot of space here too. There's bookshelves, places to sit, computer desk and stuff like that. I did put the school rabbit hole rug way back here. Every time I use a rabbit hole rug, I try to use this design for it just so you'll know where it's at. But this right here is the school rabbit hole rug. So you can join the education career if you want to. You can also like take a greeting card photo. If you have kids, they'll come here. Apparently you can also enroll in university here if you want to. And then if we keep moving on, over here we have the movie theater. And this was one of the first lots that I furnished in this series. So I did make some slight changes here also. Like I said earlier, I was really just trying to make sure that I didn't use any stored content. And looking back, when I first edited this lot, I actually use stored content. So one of the big things I use, you may not can tell, maybe I could turn the lights on for a second so you can see, but one of the things I added that was stored content was chairs. I used these really nice chairs originally. All I really did was just swap them out for these chairs from the base game. I recolored them the same color so it can kind of look like they're the other chair, I guess. Over here on this side, it's not really going to be even because there was a chair over here, but turns out I must have used move objects when I placed it originally, and I did not want to turn move objects back on just to place it here, so I'm going to leave it blank just so your sims can maneuver the area and stuff like that. But if you want to try it out, you can definitely try it just to see if it'll work. I also got rid of the popcorn machine. That was store content, so I swapped it out for the ice cream machine. But for some reason, if you do want to get the popcorn machine back, all you have to do is just place it right here. It should fit with move objects turned off. So yeah, just for the sake of the save file, I just put a snow cone machine, but if you want it to be popcorn, just swap it back out, you know? Or you could also put cotton candy if you want to. That should also fit. Alright, well that's basically all the changes for this lot. I think I mentioned this in one of the videos, but over here is where the science facility is. I did go back and add some slight changes. For one, I added a railing on the stair, and I also added this little fence right here. And then on the inside of the lot, I also added the military career rabbit hole. So you still have your science facility rabbit hole right here, but I also added the military rabbit hole over here in the corner, just in case you wanted a sim to be in the military career, you know. I just thought maybe it would be a good idea just to kind of add the military career rabbit hole over here. I just had the random idea to just add another rabbit hole rug, so I added one for the Vault of Iniquity. I've never really used them all too often. You can basically research the supernatural, or you can like attend an alchemy class or something like that. So I decided to add it over here at the graveyard, so just in case you needed it for something. So it is over here if you need it. There is also another house that I did change, so let's just talk about that real quick. It's this house over here. Now I had originally designed this house for like a bachelor who was like a tech bro or like a finance bro. He basically lived in this house at the edge of the world. I noticed that when I went to go look back at it, that I had added a lot of store content in here. So I kind of like swapped some stuff out. So for example, there was like a display case right here. I swapped it out for this nice movie poster. There was also a fridge over here from the ultra modern set, and I think I also used a matching stove with it. So I swapped out the fridge for the one from Generations, and I also swapped out the stove for the one from Pets. I also had put these really nice blinds in here, but those were also store content, so I'm just using some of the ones from the base game in here. There was also some more slight differences here and there. For example, the plants that were here originally were the ones from the store. I swapped those out for the ones from the Pets pack. In the bathroom, I used the sink from the ultra modern set, so I swapped it out with the one from the high-end loft stuff. Upstairs, I also swapped out a plant. Also, I just realized, y'all, that these blinds right here, these were the ones I was telling y'all about. These are the ones from the store. So I think I'm just going to delete them and just not use any at all. But, you know, I still think the house looks nice. Again, if you have the blinds, you can always swap them back out. Or just download the original build and just place it down here because, you know, the original build just has it. But, yeah, that's basically, like, the biggest changes that I did for this lot. Not a lot of things, but just some minor things here and there. Just swapping out plants and changing the curtains. I think the bookshelf in his office, I also changed it because I used the one from Roaring Heights, so I kind of just swapped it out for the one from Late Night. I think the coffee machine that he had at first was the one from the Ultra Modern set, so I just recolored the one from the base game. But that's basically all the big changes that I did for the world. If there was anything else that I changed, I probably can't remember. It's probably something really, really small, but I think those are all the big things that I changed for the world. I also realized too that there are some empty lots in this world too. So they're like really, really, really small, like a 10 by 15, a 9 by 11, an 8 by 8. There's also some over here on this side that are a little bit bigger. So you have a 12 by 13. There's also an 8 by 12. I'm just going to leave those lots blank. You can add stuff on them if you would like to, but I'm just gonna leave them blank. But that is basically everything for the save file. Okay, so really quick, I'm just gonna explain how to install the world because I know some people may not know how to, so I'm just gonna go over it really quickly. So what you want to do first is you're gonna go ahead and download the original world from Boring Bones. You're going to need that world for my save file to work. So once you have that downloaded and installed, you're gonna go ahead and download my save file. And my save file is gonna be on the Sims file share. I'll leave it linked down below. And then from there, you're going to want to install it wherever you have The Sims 3. So for me, I have The Sims 3 in my documents, in my electronic arts folder, and then I'm just going to go to my The Sims 3 folder. And once I'm in here, I'm just going to go all the way down to where it says saves. It may be like in a different location for you, but mine's is like just down here. But you just want to go to your saves folder, and then you're gonna drag and just drop it in here. That's all you do. And then when you open your game, you're gonna wanna look for Pleasantville CJ save. It's just gonna be down here wherever your save files are. So you may have to scroll a little bit. If you're watching this video in the future, you may have to scroll. Sometimes if it's like super far in the future, my save file might be at the end of your list or whatever. So you just wanna scroll and find it. For me, I just saved it. So it's just going to be, you know, right here at the beginning, but it's just gonna say the Pleasantville CJ save. And this is what you're gonna have to play on. If you go and just pull up Pleasantville like normally, that's not going to be my save file. It's going to be the empty version of the world that you downloaded. My save file is the one that has all the furnished houses. So whenever you want to play here, you're just going to have to play on my save file. But I always say it's a good idea to just make backups, so you can copy it somewhere, or just like literally just copy it here if you want to. You can rename it if you want to, but I think it's just always a good idea to make backups of save files just in case you may need them for something in the future. But just know, you're gonna have to play on my save file if you want to play with all my lots and stuff like that. Okay, if you just go to new game and just pull up Pleasantville like the old-fashioned way, you're only going to see the empty builds. So just make sure that you play on my save file. Again, you may have to scroll a little bit to find it, but it should be there. But that's pretty much everything for the video, y'all. But I just want to say a big thank you and shout out to Eric for making the world and giving me this opportunity to just like furnish all the lots, because I had a lot of fun. Now, I know a lot of y'all are like, CJ, what is next? What are we going to furnish next? I did a poll on my community tab. You can technically still vote if you want to, but I think the answer has already been made. I put two options up there, one for Pleasantville and one for Willow Creek. Both of those worlds are also by Boring Bones, and it looks like Pleasantville won the poll, so we're gonna furnish that one next. I've done a world overview for that one kind of recently, so if you want to see that world, I'll leave it linked down below. Basically, it's the same story. Well, most of the lots for the most part are unfurnished, so I'm just gonna go in and furnish them and stuff. But for all the people that are saying Willow Creek still, trust me, y'all, we can get to it in the future. It will always be there. As long as I can have access to the world, I can make a save file. But for now, we'll just tackle Pleasantville next. But anyway, y'all, that is all that I have for this video. If you did enjoy it, please be sure to leave a like, comment something down below. I am gonna leave the original world link down below and my save file just so you can get both of them right now. Just know I also used rabbit hole rugs, so I'm gonna leave those linked down below as well. You need the rabbit hole rugs just to get all the rabbit holes to show up, but I'm gonna leave those linked down below as well, so don't worry. But anyway, y'all, that is all that I have for this video. Please be sure to leave a like, comment something down below, follow me over on Twitch where I stream a lot more of The Sims, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye! Thanks for watching!